What's going on, guys? JPB Duel here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Wednesday. And once again, I would like to thank you guys very much for supporting me on my YouTube, supporting me on my Twitch. Yes, I do live stream on Twitch every day. Twitch.tv/JPBDuel. Link is going to be in the video description itself, so you guys can check it out and I'll see you there. For today's game, I am going first, and I go into my combo, normaling out Lamsees. My opponent Maxx C's me, I cross out. Standard negation in my hand, pretty good. I could play my turn now. So once I use crossout, we have to worry about Nibiru, okay? Once you use your crossout, if your opponent Nibirus you, you have no playthrough. If you have instant fusion in your hand, then yes, you can play through the nib, but as you guys see in my hand, I have no instant fusion. I can't play through my opponent's nib. But I did start with a polymerization in my hand, so this will be a totally awesome combo. Now, guys, if you want to do totally awesome combo and you commit to your rocket ride, you don't need to go into two doodle doos to do your totally awesome combo, because the only reason you go into two doodle doos with one card combo is to get enough materials in the graveyard to activate your prankkids pranks recycle and still have enough materials in the graveyard left to activate Bow Borg on your opponent's turn and without using up the Meowmoo and go into your butler to get 2 butler pops. With the totally awesome play of the polymerization, you already put more than enough cards in your graveyard to recycle, keep the Meowmoo in the grave, and have enough to use Bow Borg on your opponent's turn and go into your butler combo. So with the butler combo, for the totally awesome combo, you go into your rocket ride using poly, so that way you're not locked into prankkids only when you use Pandemonium. And using rocket ride, you need to get out 1 copy of Dropsies you have in your graveyard. Then you go into your Bow Borg using your Roxy's. Roxy's banishes 1, specials out another copy of Dropsies. That way you could go into totally awesome. This is your standard totally awesome combo end of the turn field. It's your Bow Borg plus totally awesome plus pranks active plus panda set, with the prankkids plays being an addition on the field. Now if you guys look at my hand, I have Maxx C to maxi my opponent on his turn. I have nib to nib my opponent. If I don't use the panda first, I could nib my opponent. Because this way, guys, hear me out right here, right? It's really important. First of all, Pandemonium locks you into prankkids monsters only on your opponent's turn. So if you activate Pandemonium, you cannot use Nibiru on your opponent. So using it this way, on my opponent's turn, my Bow Borg will activate. I'm gonna play right here. My opponent's draw phase, first of all, activate Maxx C, right? So if my opponent is playing a combo deck, he'll be forced to use a Call by the Grave in his hand on the Maxx C rather than our Bow Borg. So with this play, I activate Bow Borg on my opponent's turn. Bow Borg gets me the Fansies plus the Lamsees in my graveyard into my hand. So we have established a part of the butler combo. Now, we have the totally awesome negate on the field as well. This way, you will have all the cards you need in your hand for your butler combo. So if you're playing it this way, and if you have Nib in your hand, if you have totally awesome in the field, and even if you have Fansies on the field, but you have 1 copy of Fansies in your hand with the Lamsees and Dropsies, first, don't pop your Panda. If your opponent is playing a combo deck, first pop your Nibiru on them, then go into your butler, as you guys will see right now. So my opponent is playing a SwordSoul deck, and my opponent decided to take the Maxx C challenge. We have a Nib in our hand. He goes into Bajia. So this again, guys, it's a Diamond 1 gameplay. My opponent who plays SwordSoul know what they're doing. This is your standard going second turn when you're playing SwordSoul. You go into Bajia, you start to bounce your opponent's cards first. So he targets the 2 cards, totally awesome plus my panda set on the field. I use totally awesome, negate that. Since that card is on the field, all 3 conditions of totally awesome are met. Totally awesome has to first negate the card. That's first thing. If it negates, then it could destroy the card. For the card destruction to happen, the card has to be either in your opponent's hand or on the field. And if the card destruction condition is met, then you could yoink your opponent's card that you destroyed. So the card destruction condition was met. I yoinked the Bajia. Bajia set on my side of the field, and then totally awesome negates Bajia and use totally awesome in my grave, get my copy of Dropsies in my hand. Again, my opponent is still under Maxx C. I'm gonna keep drawing cards. He's taking the Maxx C challenge, and this is why I said to you, first of okay, I did not pop my Pandemonium right here because I know that once he showed me that he's using the combo in a way he's using, he will go past 5 specials before he could special out the copy of Baron de Fleur on the field. So I'm pretty safe with, being able to Nibiru my opponent on his turn. And Nibiru does not tribute face down set cards, so my Bajia will stay on the field. So opponent still keeps going into combo. I get a really good top deck of the Ghost Bell. Ghost Bell negates the SwordSoul Sovereign. So right here, what did I do? First of all, because that would have been a Grandmaster, right? Don't want him going into Grandmaster. I nib. He went past 5. I nib him instantly. He had a combo extension in his hand, which was the Vessel. So what do I do? Now I go into my Butler. I use Pandemonium, go into my Butler. Now I'm logged into Prank Kids only. He sends to the graveyard a Vishuddha and gets in his hand a Stana. Now Vishuddha in the grave, I know he's going to use Vishuddha, bounce my Butler, right? It's a scripted play. He does not want my Butler to be on the field because he has combo extension now. He'll use the combo extension with Stana. If I have Butler on the field, then I will kill off his combo. So I go into my Butler, get all my graveyard activations, special out my cards on the field. So usually right here, I like to go, once I do the Butler combo, I like to do 2 dropsies on the field to, go into Totally Awesome instantly on my turn. But we already went into Totally Awesome this turn anyway, so no 2 dropsies. So my opponent activates Vishuddha, banishes Vishuddha, targets my Butler. So what do? I use my Butler's pop to pop the Nib token. So that's gone. My Butler is going to get bounced into my extra deck because of Vishuddha. Now he has SwordSoul Emergence, searches for a Longyan. Then he will activate Stana from his hand, special out on the field, link off into Monk of Tenyi. Again, my opponent is under Maxx C, okay? I'm drawing cards like crazy. He activates Adara, gets the Vishuddha in his hand to discard using the Longyan. So I'll do that right now. Activate Longyan, discard the Vishuddha, special on the field, get a token, and go into a SwordSoul Sovereign. Now you guys will see right here. Really important, really good what I said I top decked into Ghost Bell. You guys will see right here. So he's gonna banish Ashuna, special out Adara, which will trigger the SwordSoul Sovereign. SwordSoul Sovereign banishes 1 card on the field and 1 card in the graveyard. Ghost Bell says if your opponent is trying to banish cards or specialing out from the grave, you can negate it. So I only run 1 Ghost Bell in my deck, by the way. I top decked it off of Maxx C. Use it to negate the banishment effect of the SwordSoul Sovereign. That's negated, alright? He uses Adara, goes into Monk of Tenyi. Right, he cannot go into his health combo because he's locked into worm monsters only. So this is the reason why it's doing it this way. This is the reason why it's not going into the health combo, right? Kills off my Nibiru using the Sovereign. Use the Monk of Tenyi to try to get 2 cards off of the field. Now, right here, my opponent is thinking about, he's doing really good plays. He knows what he's doing. The reason why he left the Roxys on the field is because if I want to go into my combo using Roxys will banish a card from my hand, which will trigger the SwordSoul Sovereign. So it's a really good heads-up play from my opponent. Keep that in mind. Really good heads-up play. If you're against Prank Kids, if they have Roxys on the field, let it stay on the field. Force them to use that card as a combo starter, so that way your SwordSoul Sovereign can activate its effect again on your opponent's turn. So what I do to play around it, like my hand was pretty, my opponent took Maxx C challenge, right? My hand was pretty ridiculous at that point. Kaiju my opponent's SwordSoul Sovereign, and then Raigeki wipe out his field. He activates Stana to special out the Monk of Tenyi, which I use Call By to negate. My opponent has no monsters on the field, and this guy was a good sport, okay? My opponent did not just instantly scoop right here. He stayed in the game and allowed me to kill him this turn. So you guys will see right now, I'm going to go into my combo. So what's good, 5? If you're watching this video, thank you very much for staying in the game. Thank you for being a good sport. I really appreciate guys like you who stay in the game and don't instantly scoop in Diamond 1. Because usually if you lose a game, you just instantly scoop and you just, go on with your next hit because you have no worry about demoting. So I keep going into my combo. I don't torture this guy too much with my full combo. I just get enough cards on the field to kill him with, right? Go into Butler with TDF, activate the place, boost up my cards, and just bump into him to kill him off outright. So I yoinked his Ibagia. Like, my opponent tried to play, okay, he had combo extension for days, but the fact that he was under Maxx C really helped me out. The top deck of Ghost Bell, again, another really good card to have in your deck against SwordSoul. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of the game, guys. If you guys do like this kind of content, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing to my channel, maybe coming online when I go on Twitch, watch me live when I play, support me there. And this is JP Duel signing off for today. See you guys in the next video. Peace!